Hello there, church family. What is going on? Today we are in Psalm 99. We're going to look at one word, and it's a word used to describe God more than any other word in the Bible. So let's dive into Psalm 99, dive into God's word, get started. The Lord reigns. Let the peoples tremble. He sits enthroned upon the cherubim. Let the earth quake. The Lord is great in Zion. He is exalted over all the peoples. Let them praise your great and awesome name. Holy is he. The king in his might loves justice. You have established equity. You have executed justice and righteousness in Jacob. Exalt the Lord our God. Worship at his footstool. Holy is he. Moses and Aaron were among his priests. Samuel also was among those who called upon his name. They called to the Lord, and he answered them. In the pillar of the cloud he spoke to them. They kept his testimonies and the statute that he gave them. O Lord our God, you answered them. You were a forgiving God to them, but an avenger of their wrongdoings. Exalt the Lord our God and worship at his holy mountain. For the Lord our God is holy. You see it there in the final word. You see it 3 times in this psalm, the description of God as holy. And that is a word that is used to describe God more than anything else in the Bible, more than sovereign, more than just, more than merciful or loving. In fact, holy is the only word that's used 3 times in a row, that phrase, holy, holy, holy. No other word is used that way. We see it in Isaiah 6. We see it in Revelation chapter 4. If we are going to know God, friends, we need to know him as holy. Something of what that means is that he's set apart, that he is other. It wraps up, in a sense, his majesty and his wrath and his righteousness, his sovereignty. All of that is wrapped up in his otherness, his holiness. And it's interesting when people come into contact, come into proximity to this holiness, there's always this strange mix of desire and terror, this longing to know more, but also this fear. You see it in Isaiah when he comes and when God reveals himself to him. He says, "Oh, I'm a man of unclean lips. I live among a people of unclean lips." Habakkuk, when God reveals himself to him, says, "I heard and my heart pounded. My lips quivered at the sound. Decay crept into my bones and my legs trembled." Even Peter, when he gets a glimpse of Jesus, his holiness, cries out, "Go away from me, Lord. I am a sinful man." And there's something in us that knows that we're not holy. This psalm sings the praise of a holy God, and yet we know we're not holy enough to be in his presence, and that's why we need the forgiveness that's spoken of in this psalm. We need the holiness of Christ in our place, his perfect life lived and his death to take the penalty that we deserve, so that we can be in the presence of this holy God. And that's what we have to be thankful for today, is that we can be in our holy God's presence, and we can even grow in our own holiness because Christ is at work in us. Friends, this gives us joy today. This gives us hope today. This can lead us to lead lives that are beautiful in the midst of this pandemic, in the midst of this injustice. The holiness of God is at work in and through us because of Christ. Be encouraged.